All right, everybody. Welcome to episode 55 of our Run Club.
Welcome.
The podcast, where we talk about all things running.
All things running.
Although today we're talking a little bit about some other things you can do besides running.
To enhance your running.
To enhance your running.
To enhance your running experience. Strengthen your running experience. Yeah.
Yeah, and just like overall get like some workouts in.
Yep.
Before we get into all that though, Ray, this has been kind of a tricky time to get some running in.
It certainly has.
Have you been able to get out there and get some miles in and running a bit?
Yep. Definitely trying to do that. And for me, it's sort of like my wife and I know how important it is to stay fit. You know, we really want to stay fit. Always wanted to stay fit, but even now during this coronavirus thing, we're making sure that we're staying fit and healthy as much as we can, and so we do kind of like a tag team thing. So that helps.
Yeah.
She likes doing her runs in the morning, and I like doing mine in the evening. So it kind of works out. We try to fit it into our schedule. But it definitely, there are times where you can't get the run in, and I would say that the past week there were days where I wasn't able to do it.
Yeah. Was it just like the kids or something? Or?
Yeah, I mean, exactly. My wife right now is with the kids pretty much all day because she's a school teacher and she's doing, distance learning.
Yeah.
My kids are doing distance learning, so she's with them all day, and so there are times where she just needs tag. She needs to be tagged
she's
out.
Like, please, taps out a little bit.
Yes, exactly.
Understandable. So then Ray comes home and
and then she just gets
you're in, kid.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that happens. I mean, that happens. Even take the virus out of the way, and that happens. So.
Right.
But it's been a trying week. But still trying. Getting some runs in, no doubt.
That's great.
But lonely runs. I do have certain days where I do solo runs, but then there are days where I do runs, group runs, and I miss those.
Yeah, I'm really missing like our Wednesday run and then like our beginning runner group runs. Like I used to, but that would be part of my workout, So now it's a little selfish of me, but I'd get to get the workout in with the crew, and then it kind of like fires me up to get my own run in after, you know?
I miss that community. I mean, it's only been a couple of weeks, but I miss that community and the companionship,
totally,
the like-mindedness, the accountability of having to be somewhere at a certain time and to get a run in, and but so we know it'll come back in due time. But that's hard.
It is hard, and I've just been like super impressed by all of those folks.
Yeah,
the beginners who are like just training for their first 5K. They have a week of practice, and then next thing you know, you're on your own, people.
Virtual workouts.
Running on their own, having to like share photos of their runs and stuff, and just to get some credit for it, and also like to hold themselves a little bit accountable.
Yeah,
I just have found them like super impressive. The fact that they're still getting out there.
Yeah,
I have a tough time getting out there. I've been running for 20 years. You know?
It's definitely tough. It definitely is still tough for me too. So
Yeah.
Kudos,
Kudos to those folks.
And I'm also impressed with folks who are training for, I know a lot of people who are training for their big races.
Boston.
Folks training in here.
For London.
I know people in our area who are training for Newport and Providence, and those have all been, either canceled or postponed. And, just people are keeping high spirits and still getting out there,
right?
And
it'd be so easy to just like shut it down and be like, forget it,
right? Yeah, and I do. I know a couple of people who were, kind of beat up, and so they're taking the time and the opportunity to kind of rest up a little bit,
right? Especially if they're doing like Boston, it's rescheduled till the fall. They can kind of recover a little bit, from all their mileage they put in.
Yep.
Take a couple of weeks, maybe a month or two of easy running, and then 3-4 months out, get after it,
Yeah.
It's just brutal.
Your running's going okay?
Yeah. Eventually, I think with Christine being home now, it's actually been easier for me to get out and run in the morning. So, usually we're up at 5, and I either have to run right then to get back to get everything ready for the day, or I don't run. So lately I've been able to kind of move that back a little bit, because like I have a hard time in the morning when I get up and like I have to go right away. Like I have to run as soon as I get up. Yeah. I need like a half an hour to get coffee in me.
Yeah.
Maybe eat a little something.
Get the motor running.
Get the motor running. Yeah. You know, head out on the highway.
That's right. Let's sing a song now. 1, 2, 3.
But yeah, so it's been nice to have that extra little half an hour where I can get up. You know, maybe she's still sleeping, baby's still sleeping, I'm up, I get my coffee in me, and then like 5:30 I can go out the door and get my run in, and then I'm back by 6:30 at the latest.
Yeah.
I've just been doing like 3, 4, 5 miles, really, just to get something in.
Right. I haven't been doing a ton of miles.
Yeah.
I mean, there's nothing to train for right now. I wasn't training for anything, but I'm not doing a ton of miles, but getting it, man.
Yeah.
You know? But how have you found it getting out there? I mean, you know, when you're out and about, I mean, if it's early in the morning, you're probably not seeing a lot of people and activity.
Yeah.
But do you notice any differences when you do get out there?
Yeah, there's a couple of things. Like when I'm, so I usually will run in the morning, and it's whatever, it's 5:30, so there's not a lot of people out there. But one thing I noticed was, like, because Christine's home, we do some family runs in the afternoon.
Yeah.
Me, her, and Miles going out.
Yeah.
And so when we're running around, like, town, it's kind of like dead. There's nothing going on, you know? It's slow. There's no businesses open, so it's a little eerie.
It's a little spooky.
It's interesting to see some businesses like adapt. Like we have an ice cream store right down the road that usually they have like a little place you go in, but they installed like a takeout window.
Okay.
Over the past couple of weeks, so it's basically just walk up, grab your ice cream, and go.
Yeah, I noticed that with some restaurants downtown doing the same thing. You know what I mean? Like, they can't dine in, so they can do takeout, and so they set it all up like that, where they can do the deliveries and curbside pickup, and so people are adapting.
Yeah, like I went to Cumbies the other day. Cumbies, aka Cumberland Farms.
Aha.
Usually, you can go in and get your coffee made up. You make it yourself.
Right.
But they switched it up. They blocked it all off. Now you have to ask the person to make your coffee for you. So it's just adapting, you know. They're just doing their best to get it done. But the other interesting thing I noticed was the other day we went out on a bike path. Those things are jammed up, man.
Yeah, that's one thing. You know, I've been on a bike path. I was at a local state park, and then I've heard from other people that there are like different areas where like state parks and other bike paths that I don't usually typically go to, that they're just jammed with people.
Yeah.
Jammed with people. People out walking, people out running, biking, bringing their dogs out for a walk, which is great. Although then they become crowded, and then you wonder about social distancing.
Right, yeah. You have like some people who will adhere to the rules and kind of try to keep their distance. Like my wife and I try to either stay back or like go wide around somebody if we're going past them.
Right. Yeah.
But like other people are just crowding up and like it's not good.
I've seen that. I've definitely seen that.
So it was interesting. I thought everything would be dead. But I think because there's nothing else for people to do. Yeah,
people, they can't get into their gyms and workout clubs and CrossFit gyms and you name it. So they have to get out and do something.
Right. Yeah, a lot of running, a lot of bicycle riders,
a lot of
walkers.
Yeah, yep.
Getting out there.
I'll tell you though, man, so there you see that, and then on the other hand, I usually will go in the evening and do my runs, and I'll run downtown.
Yeah.
And it's like a ghost town. It's actually spooky.
It is, right?
It's quiet, and occasionally I'll see a person, but a lot of times I've noticed that past couple of weeks when I've been out there, it's like I've almost been startled a couple of times because I'm not used to seeing anybody, and all of a sudden someone will pop out of a doorway or come around a corner, and I'll just be like, "Oh my God!"
Yeah, where like usually it's just packed.
It's eerie. It really is. I'll run through neighborhoods, and that usually you see people out and about and going to and fro to work, or driving around town. and it's...
Is it like traffic too? Like no traffic?
And not much traffic at all. You know, you see a little bit, but it's just spooky.
Yeah, like usually downtown you'll have events and stuff going on.
It's crazy, yeah. There's always something. Yeah.
Basketball games. But
exactly. And then, you know, all the restaurants and bars are open even on any given night. And, you know, I'll run down by the Brown campus and nothing. You know, there barely any, just occasionally you see a person walking by. It's just, it's bizarre. It really, truly is. Yeah. Yeah,
it's weird. I've, you know, seen the news about some other places in the country, and like, I think it was a dude in Houston or something.
Yeah.
Which is one of the largest cities in the country, and like, just nothing going on. They shut it all down.
I saw on the news, they showed a clip of Times Square, and it's like a handful of people walking through Times Square. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
No lights on or anything like that. It's just, what the heck?
Yeah, it blows my mind, man.
Yeah, it does. But
yeah, I guess everybody's, you know, got to stay inside.
They do. That's
the deal. So, do you want to talk about some exercises maybe people can do when they're inside? Because we talked a little bit about some tips for when you're running by yourself.
Yeah.
Was that last week? Yeah.
Yeah, it seems like yesterday.
I know, right?
But a year ago. Isn't that weird?
It's so weird.
Yeah, but time is weird.
But yeah, so we talked about like running solo and how like you could, you know, make it entertaining and maybe get yourself motivated. And we talked a little bit about running on the treadmill and things. So that's one thing. If you have the ability to do it, it's awesome. If you're like stuck in your house and you have a treadmill,
dust it off.
Dust that sucker off.
Get those clothes off of it. Stop using it as a clothes dryer or hanger, and dust it off. Stationary bike, dust it off. But you know, I mean, most runners are still going to try to, even if they're working from home, and I'm assuming a lot of you folks are. Even if you're working from home, and even through all this coronavirus, all the difficulties involving this, runners are still going to want to get out there.
That's true.
And I'm sure a lot of folks out there always mind their core and do their exercises and their stretching and foam roll. But if you, like, I would say like myself, sometimes you kind of slack with that kind of stuff. And I'm not going to lie, sometimes I slack. And
you slack with that? I'm on point.
Are you up? I know.
Dude, I spend at least 2-3 hours a day foam rolling.
I'm sure. I figured. But if you're one of those people who maybe haven't done it enough lately, now might be a time to kind of recapitulate. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Visit the core. You know what I mean? Visit the core, and maybe think about doing some of those things. And you could do those things around the house.
Right.
You could do them around the yard. You don't have to go to if you can't go to a fitness club, you can do it at home.
Yes, totally.
We love fitness clubs and what they offer, but if you can't get there, if you can't get to the gym to work on those things, there's a lot of stuff that you could do around the house.
There are, for sure.
In a pinch, right?
Right.
If you have to jam and do it, in a pinch, it can be done.
Yeah, jam and do it.
But
it is a good time to get back into that stuff.
Yes, I mean...
Because you'll be at home all day, right?
Yeah, I know, really.
So, like, I know my wife has to do the distance learning thing, too, because she's a teacher.
Yes.
But she, I think... I don't know exactly, but what I would encourage people to do if they can is take like a break in the middle, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Especially if you have the ability, like if your schedule is a little more flexible, take a break in the middle and do something to get yourself like, because I was talking to one of our group runners yesterday, JC, who is distance learning with his kids, and he's an elementary school teacher, and he's talking about how from like 8 in the morning till like 8 at night, he's just on computers, on his computer screen, on his phone, on his iPad, replying to students, making sure his lessons are in line for the next day, assessing students constantly throughout the day. Like, if you have the ability to break that up, and do something in the middle there, he said he gets like 45 minutes to like eat.
Yeah.
But like, if you can work in an extra 45 minutes and maybe do some core work or get a run in or something.
Because that's a lot of time.
It is.
Sitting up in front of like technology and focusing your attention on that particular job occupation, that task. And that's a lot.
Yeah.
So you really need to break it up. You know what I mean? And you're probably sitting down, maybe you're standing, but still, it's good to get movement in there. And you might as well try to sneak in some exercises. You know what I mean?
Don't get so like run down. Because I know like if I were to do that, if I were to just sit for like 12 hours and do work constantly, then at the end of that, I'm not doing anything.
Right.
I'm crashing. You know?
And crashing hard, for sure. For me, I know.
Yeah, so like just getting up and moving around a little bit will help just break the monotony of it and hopefully keep you sane.
Yep.
Why don't we do this, Ray? Why don't we take a little break here and then get into some like specific stuff?
Specific stuff. We'll get down to the nitty-gritty.
We're back.
We're back.
Welcome back,
with
Ray.
a vengeance.
We're going to talk a little bit about some specific things that you can do around your house to add in the little things, you know, the core work, the foam rolling.
And it all adds up. It all adds up, and you got to, you know, take the moments, take the opportunities, right? You got a little bit of time, you know, what you can do. One thing that I like to do around the house is jog in place, and I'm just kidding. That is something you could do, but I don't know, might be kind of boring. But I have resistance bands.
Yes.
And I have therapy bands. So I'm doing that around the house. You know, I'm doing it across my kitchen, down my hallway. I have a little loop, like 2 rooms that connect, and I have a little loop that goes on a fireplace. And so I'll do that. I'll do a therapy band around there.
Do some monster walks.
I do some monster walks. I'll do some lunges.
Some side
lunges, forward lunges. And actually, and then I will incorporate some 6-pound dumbbells.
Ooh, the 6-pounders.
Yes. And
that's no joke, bro.
I'm telling you. And there you go. You've got some workout right there.
Dude, your hip flexors are going to be on point.
They're on point.
Doing the monster walks.
My IT bands, they're on point. They don't bother me that much.
That's because you're doing the monster walks. See, I wear the resistance bands all day around the house. I'll do the dishes in them.
Not a bad idea.
I take a shower with the resistance bands on, just walking around. Up the stairs, down the stairs.
Really? Yeah, I don't do the stairs with the resistance bands, but man, that's pretty impressive.
That's, you know.
Seriously though, I mean, you could do that, and then
you could, for sure.
It's something. I mean, if you can't get out in a pinch, you're in your house, you can do those things.
See, the resistance bands exercises are one that I should do.
Yeah.
More often.
Maybe
that I don't.
It gives you an opportunity to do it now.
That's true. Maybe I'll do it.
Cool.
Maybe. One thing that I would do with the resistance bands, if I thought about it, I haven't thought about the resistance bands, but I do. So we have like a little baby, right?
Yes.
So Miles. We have Miles, and Miles weighs about 22 pounds.
Yes.
So he's like a pretty good kind of kettlebell type
situation. If you put him in his little tiny, it's his car seat thing.
Oh, right. I see. I haven't thought of that.
That's kettlebell right there.
There you go. I haven't thought about putting him in his car seat. But, I'll hold him, and I'll do, like, some squats or something. Or I'll use him to help add some resistance to, like, some sit-ups.
Okay. Working on those abs.
Yep, working on those abs.
You work on the glutes, too, right?
Yeah, totally. And then, like, I'll do what I could do if I had those resistance bands, put the resistance bands around, and then do squats.
Yeah.
With the kid. Woo! Strong.
You know what I like? When my kids were just tiny ones.
Yeah.
I used to break out the exercise ball.
Oh, yes.
Right?
Yeah.
And so it might be a good idea, folks, if you have an exercise ball, and you haven't used it in a long time, break it out, dust it off.
Oh, totally.
And my kids used to love, just like I used to just bounce them on it. Yeah. And they used to like have fun, but then a lot of times they would fall asleep and they'd just sleep on me, and I'd be getting a pretty good little workout of my glutes, my calves, my abs, and
genius.
Yeah, that was good. Break out the exercise ball.
Definitely, the exercise ball is great, even if you don't have kids. There's so many things you can do with that thing.
Exactly. My brother plays guitar. I play guitar too. My brother plays, and he used to get on his exercise ball with his guitar and just like sit on it,
jam out,
and it was great.
That's awesome.
It was funny. And I saw him do it the first time. I was like, that's a really great idea.
It's like
and then it's fun. I tried it. It's like, this is fun, man.
It's like a 2-for-1.
Yeah, but you're doing your body good too when you do those exercises.
Right. And sometimes I'll do like because like you have a little kid and you have work and stuff, and it's like a lot going on.
Yes.
So I'll put the kid in his little jumperoo, which is like this little thing you can like jump up and down in.
Yeah.
So he's cranking up and down there, and then I'll do like a little floor routine, basically. So I'll have my little yoga mat, and I'll do like planks. I'll do some side planks. Ooh. I'll do like variations on those two. I'll do, what do they call those things? Russian twists? That's what Pat calls them. I don't know if that's the technical name. But I have like 10-pound weights, and I'll do like the kind of twisty move.
I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah.
Then
good exercises. Good exercises.
Totally. So do those, and then I'll do like some push-ups and some sit-ups as well. While he's in his little jumperoo, just getting, he's working his legs, getting the legs fired up. He's got the glutes going. He's having a blast. He's playing with his toys, and I'll be doing my little floor routine.
That's totally cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what's cool too is you can make it like a little circuit if you have.
I was just thinking that, right? You could turn your basement, your house, upstairs, downstairs, into a little circuit training center. I mean, you could have all your little stations, right? You can get your family into it too. You can start them all in different rooms, socially distance, and then get them going.
That'd be fun.
It is pretty cool.
Go around the house.
It is pretty cool. And you can jam some music while you're doing it, so get yourself pumped up.
Nice.
Man.
See, that sounds like fun. Another thing too is like some people maybe don't have like dumbbells or something.
Right.
What's cool is I've seen on social media all these people just using things around the house. Like I'll use my baby.
Your baby.
I'll use my baby.
Bowling ball
as a weight. A bowling ball if you have it.
Yep.
You could use say like cans of soup.
Right.
You got a big can of soup.
A couple big cans of chunky.
There you go. Tape them together.
Tape them together. Right. Good.
You got yourself some dumbbells. Right.
It's really cool.
You can
I like the dumbbell workouts. I'll do those again. I'll do those when I'm doing therapy with the therapy bands. But if I'll be watching the news in the evening or watching a movie, and I'll just do the dumbbells when I'm sitting on a coffee table.
Cranking those 6-pounders.
The 6-pounders. Yeah, I'll sometimes. When I'm feeling really special, I'll just pull up the 12ers.
Whoa, dude! Don't hurt yourself.
Well, I know I have to be careful, But yeah, use what's around.
Use what's around. I saw one person, and this is something I could do. We always buy big dog food bags.
Yes. Yeah.
They weigh like 30 pounds, those things.
Yep.
Do some bench press, do shoulder presses with that thing.
Right.
Use your stuff around the house, So one lady had a big bag of beans. Just beans. 2-pound bag of beans.
Bag of beans.
Just like get a couple bean bags and just do some curls with those suckers,
My wife uses me. She bench presses me.
Genius.
Yeah. No, we have a barbell, so.
She's a strong lady, though.
She is. She's definitely. Well, my wife, some of the things that she does, she does her yoga routines.
Oh, yes.
Yep.
Does she just know them in her head?
She knows certain ones because she's been doing it for years.
Yeah.
That she does. She'll do a whole routine, but she has a couple of old DVDs that she uses. And you know what? She discovered on YouTube. There's tons of stuff.
Yeah, we have. Christine goes to the studio in Rhode Island here called Laughing Elephant.
Yes.
And one of the instructors is doing I think it's daily or weekly. She'll put up a video,
like
doing a virtual
yoga.
Yeah,
you can do a virtual. Yeah, so there's probably a lot of that going on, and that's great. It's great, and there's all kinds of routines for runners, for soccer players, for beginners, for intermediate, for experts.
Yeah.
So, and there's different types that you can do, and there's one that I saw. Her name is Jamie. It's Yoga with Jamie, and she's this. I think she's a British woman, and she does really cool things. She does yoga for everybody, all levels. She does it for kids. My kids were on it one time, and she does this whole Star Wars yoga, and she does all the characters from Star Wars. It's really cool.
That's kind of fun.
It's really, really cool. And she incorporates Star Wars scenes into the yoga. My kids were loving it.
I might be able to handle that one.
You could do that. I
think yoga for kids is more my speed.
Mine too.
I tried one routine that my wife was doing, and I was like,
no,
I can't.
Some of the things that my wife does,
I can't do it.
I couldn't do unless I worked up to it.
I'm trying, and my legs are just burning. They don't go the way that her legs go.
Yeah.
They don't do that.
Yep. But I think the more you do it, the better you're going to be.
That's true, right?
You know what I mean? And that's
practice
what
makes perfect,
exactly.
As they say.
But there's tons of it out there, and it's great exercise.
Absolutely.
Great fitness, mind and body, and it's going to help you running, right?
Absolutely. And like you were saying, it's a mind thing too, because there's some meditation aspect to it.
Absolutely.
And it helps with the current situation being so stressful.
Right. Exactly.
It'll give you a little bit of, peace, clarity, that type of thing.
Yep.
I've been using actually an app called Headspace, which is more of a meditation app. It's not so much yoga, but it's like a meditation. It'll walk you through meditations.
Meditation is...
And helps, just get me a little bit more chill.
It's a great thing to do.
It's tough to do. I'm pretty chill. So to get me more chilled? It's tough. It's tough. Another thing, too, not just like yoga, but there's like virtual workouts. So like all that core stuff we were talking about, like doing planks and sit-ups and push-ups, if you need some like motivation, like something to tell you what to do, there's plenty of virtual options out there. I know my wife had like a free membership to Beachbody On Demand, which I thought was always called Beachbody Babes, but that's not what it's called. It's called Beachbody On Demand, and it's basically like different workouts. So like they have, I think it's like a gym membership. It costs like $30 a month or something. And you can either download an app on your phone, or you can go to YouTube or their website. They'll upload all the videos to their website, and you basically follow along. It's like a group session. It's like workout tapes from like 1980,
Yes.
But new.
That's pretty cool.
So it's like got a group of people, and the instructor's like really bubbly and very like into it and telling you what to do, and they're like sequenced as well. So they have this thing called like the 21-day fix, where you do this workout for 21 days, and it gets you super strong and fit.
Fixes everything.
Yeah, and they have 80-day obsession.
Really? 80-day obsession?
80-day obsession.
God.
I tried a couple, and I did not become obsessed. Because it was hard. But it's hard. It's a workout,
Workouts are not easy.
And a lot of them don't even require like a lot of equipment, which is awesome. So
I know.
It's like
a lot of this
might need like maybe like a 2-pound weight soup can.
Bag of beans.
They need they have these things that like slider, the sliders?
Yes. Yep.
So you might need those, but we just use like socks. We just use our socks. Wearing our socks, they slip around. So that works.
On your hands?
You could.
Sock hands?
I didn't have to. I just put them on. Use my feet to do it, but you could put them on your hands, slide around.
Yeah.
You make do with what you got.
You do make do with what you got.
But we've done that. We also have done the. Nike has like a running app. So they also have what they call the Nike training app.
Okay.
And it's pretty cool in that it's kind of like the Beachbody On Demand deal. I think it's free though. And it'll give you like exercises to do. So you'll be like, oh, I want to do a core workout. And it'll be like, do this for 30 seconds. And it'll have a little video of a guy or a gal doing the exercise. So you see what you're supposed to do.
Demonstrate proper form and technique.
Yeah, and then you do it for 30 seconds. It beeps, boop. And then you move on to the next one. Look at the little video for like 5 seconds to figure out what you're supposed to do. And then, boop, go into your little routine for 30 seconds. You just follow along. And it's really cool.
Very cool.
Yeah. So there's like all sorts of fun stuff,
Yep.
But I think, have you ever heard of Pilates?
I have heard of Pilates.
I'm not super familiar with it.
Yeah, I'm not, I couldn't really... I would be doing a disservice if I tried to explain what a Pilates is.
Yeah.
But
it sounds like a sandwich to me.
It does. Yeah. I know my wife has done some Pilates before.
I feel like it's like yoga, but more strength.
That's what I think too.
But that's another thing you could do.
Yeah, but it is something that you can do. I'm sure there's probably tons of that stuff. That you can get and access for the Pilates workouts. But yeah, it's intense stuff from what I know.
I could imagine.
Yeah.
I always thought it was called Pilates, but
Pilates, yeah.
But it's not.
Pilates. You know, what were you going to say? You're about to say
something.
No,
you say something.
Skipping rope is a really good activity. Wow. Yeah. And you don't need a lot of space for it.
That's true.
You can go into your basement. You can do it in your house.
Elementary school.
My brother does it all the time. He does it for fitness. Yeah. And, I mean, boxers do it.
Did you ever do jump rope for life when you were in school?
No, my kids have done that. But
That's like the last time I jump roped.
Yeah.
It was elementary school. But it's a great, you're right.
It's a great workout.
Gets the heart rate up. You do the double move.
Yeah.
Gets the heart, boxers do it. They're fit.
Exactly. I mean, it's great. You burn a lot of calories, and which is good. If you drink a lot of beer and eating a lot of food around the house, like I do these days, no, I'm just kidding. No, it burns calories. It's helps develop stamina, and it doesn't take a lot. I mean, you don't need much to do it.
You just need a rope.
Yeah.
And you can even make your own rope.
You definitely could.
Get a couple of shoelaces together and
you could definitely do it. But yeah, it's a good thing to do, I think.
Absolutely. So, jump rope.
Absolutely.
To conclude, because I think we got to wrap up, I think a couple of things. One would be to maybe use this opportunity to do some of those other things.
Yes.
Right. Like try to find a silver lining in all this.
Exactly.
So take the chance to get in some core work. Maybe get on the foam roller, like you were saying.
Yeah, get on that foam roller.
Oh, another thing too. If you want to do foam rolling, and maybe you can't get out to a store to get a foam roller.
Yes.
You could use a lacrosse ball. Some people use tennis balls.
Yeah.
If you're really into hurting yourself and being in lots of pain, do a golf ball.
A golf ball, yeah.
I know I've done that. Maybe not hurting yourself is the wrong word, but it hurts when you do it.
Right. It's intense.
Yeah, it's intense because it's hard. But if you do that on like the bottom of your foot, oh man.
Yeah.
It feels bad, but then it feels so good.
Right.
But use things around the house. That can of soup we're talking about.
You could do that.
Use that.
Yeah, you could roll it out with a can of soup for sure.
Yeah. So anyway, I digress. Do the little things.
Yep.
During this time that you're at home. And I think what you'll find is if you run and then you add this stuff in, when all of this clears up, you might just be in pretty dang good shape at the end of this, And then when those races start back up, maybe you'll be in such a good routine that you'll continue to do these things, and you'll be the fittest person you've ever been in your whole life.
Exactly. And then when you get back out there, you get back into the gym, you get back into the fitness center, you're back out there for group runs, you're going to be fit and ready to go. Mm-hmm. And you're going to impress all your friends too, which is kind of important.
It's super important. That's why I run, to impress all my friends.
Exactly. No, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to be shallow or anything like that. But you're going to be in great shape, and that's important. You're going to feel great, and you're just going to be ready to eat it up out there on the roads.
Crush those miles.
Crush those miles.
Dominate those races.
Mm-hmm.
So use what you got around the house.
Use what you got.
Do some, yoga, stretching, weights, foam rolling, all that fun stuff. And then you'll find you'll be crushing 5Ks.
Crushing them.
10Ks, half marathons once they start back up.
It's good for your head, too. It's good for your mind, right?
It is.
Mind and body.
That's it.
And so that's important.
Absolutely. Thank you all for listening.
Thanks, folks.
We really appreciate it. And
stay healthy.
Stay healthy.
Please stay healthy, and we hope all is well with you and your families.
And if you ever have any questions for us or suggestions for topics that you want us to talk about, just follow us on social media. Our Run Club on Instagram, Facebook, and shoot us a message, and we'll take you up on that topic if it's good. If it's weird. You want us to talk about donuts or something? I don't know. Well,
I could talk about
maybe donuts.
Maybe we'll talk about donuts.
Yeah.
You want to talk about donuts, folks? We'll talk about donuts for sure.
For sure. But if it's changing a tire or something, I don't think that falls within my realm of expertise.
Jinx. Sorry.
But anyway, again, thank you for listening, and we'll see you next week.
Yeah, keep running.
because it's good for you.